Okay, we're here with Rita to talk about using fit lines to actually solve problems. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we have a fit line. There's a whole bunch of data points that we've gathered, and these data points are on a bank account's balance. Okay, this is in thousands of dollars, and this is which month it's at. So you can see this bank account's balance kind of jumps all over the place, but it seems like it's going down and to the right, right?
Right.
And so what we've done is we've come up with a fit line already here. And instead of saying y, we're going to do f of x, okay? That's just like saying y, but you'll see in a second it's a lot more convenient when we start playing around with some numbers. And so it looks like it has a slope of what?
Negative 0.5.
Yeah, so negative 1/2. So that a negative slope is going down, so that makes sense. And then it looks like it has a y-intercept of what?
56.2.
Yep, it looks like that's just right up here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we can ask ourselves some questions and use this fit line to answer them. So the first question is, at the rate the fit line predicts, what will be the balance at the 30-month point? Okay, so we've gotten over to 25 months, and it looks like it's going down. So the fit line would predict that at 30 months it would be somewhere around right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's actually use the equation that we have here, the function, to determine that. So when we say 30, what is that going to be, x or y?
X.
Right, the input is x here. So here it's at 25, back here it's at 0, and we want to know when x is 30 what it is. So we're going to say f of 30. So let's go ahead and write that out. We're going to say f of 30. That means that when x equals 30, and then we also plug in 30 for the x right here. So we have negative 0.5 times x, which is 30, plus 56.2. And then we can just make our calculations here, probably using a calculator, and we get to this number right here, 41.2. And then we can say, okay, after 30 months, the balance will be 41.2, but it's in thousands, so $41,200. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see how a fit line helps you to predict a future value. What you can also see is why function notation is great. Because if we just said y equals and then put in 30 here, we don't have like really a way to keep track of that we're calculating when when x equals 30. This way we can say f of 30. Because we could have also asked, well, what would it be at 35? Or what would it be at 40? And then we'd have all these y equals, and then we wouldn't know which y it was. Was it the 30y or the 35y? This way we can say f of a certain number. That's the reason why we use function notation. Now, let's ask ourselves another question, because this bank balance is going down. If this was your bank balance, what would you want to know?
I would want to know when I'm running out of money.
When you're going to run out of money. So let's ask ourselves that question. At the rate the fit line predicts, after how many months will the bank balance be 0? When are we going to run out of cash, okay? So now, what's the balance, x or y?
The balance is y.
Right, so here's where the balance is. So that's on the y-axis. Another way to think about it is that f of x is the balance. And so if we were going to say that f of x is 0, then that's what this is asking right here. When is f of x 0? And then it's saying after how many months? Which variable is months, x or y?
X.
Right, so we're going to put in 0 for f of x, and we're going to be looking at what x is. Okay, so we're going to, the other way to think about this line is going way out here, and somewhere off of the video here, it's going to hit the x-axis, and the balance is going to be 0. And so we want to know how many months, what is x at that point. So we set up our equation here. We're going to put 0 in for f of x, because that's the 0 balance. We're going to keep the x right there, because that's what we're looking for, and the rest of the equation is the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we can add 0.5x to both sides so that we get rid of it on the right side and it comes over here to the left side, and that equals 56.2. And then if we multiply both sides by 2 or divide by 0.5, we'll get x equals 112.4. So what does that mean, though? How would you write a sentence that says what that means?
In about 112 months, you won't have any money left.
That's right.
Account.
Exactly right. The balance will be $0 after 112.4 months. You see that? Yeah. So this is how fit lines can actually help you solve real-world problems. People use them all the time. Scientists, people who do business, who handle money, all sorts of things. Super useful, yeah?
Yeah.
Great job.